friends, I'm your host Whitney with Needles Embroidery. Today I'm going to be talking about something that is on my mind, and I just felt like I needed to address it. And this is working with toddlers or children or anyone else that is generally not in your office or your embroidery area, okay? And this is my lovely and wonderful one-year-old daughter, Caitlin, and usually my mom watches her, but my mom is on vacation for a few weeks, and so I have been keeping her in my office with me, and I'm just about to pull my hair out, okay? But I wanted to talk to you guys about how you can handle your kids being at home for the summer, or you also having toddlers in your office while you're trying to work, or even adults. Sometimes adults can be distractions, and I want to address that. So the first thing is, if you're working with a toddler, okay, the easiest thing for you to do is either have a little TV in your room and have them watch TV. I don't have a TV in my office, and I most likely will not ever get one. I really try to reduce the amount of TV watching in my family, just because I can't ever have a good conversation with them when they're engaged, like when they are locked in on a TV. Then, so that's option one. Option two is having some toys. I have a few toys in my office, not a lot. This is not her playroom. This is not Caitlin's, just her place to go and have fun. This is still my office. So I have a little cubby that I keep all of her little toys. They fit perfectly inside, and it's like a puzzle. It's a puzzle, and let me look. Just some random things down there, some linking cubes and stuff like that. So she has those toys, but with those toys, she does get bored. So I also have a baby doll and some things like that. Well, she still wants to be in my stuff, and my stuff includes my ink pens, my stabilizers, my fabric, and on the note of fabric, option 3, and this works with older children too, is have a scrap fabric bucket. Okay, I have a drawer full of scrap fabric, and anytime I have children in my office, they know that they don't have to ask. They can just go and get that scrap fabric and make anything that they want. Now, I am not going to sit there and help them make stuff. So when they come in here, they know if I get scrap fabric out, I'm responsible for making my design. I'm not to be bothered, and they know that. So for Caitlin, for 1-year-old, the scrap fabric's fun for her because there's lots of textures, and like there's minky, and then there's like the silky and stuff like that. So it could be a good teachable tool for your toddlers. It can also be a great color teaching tool for them. And there are lots of things that you can do. You can also make like matching games and color matching games with your scrap fabric. It doesn't take a lot of time at all. It doesn't have to be difficult. It can just be something that you can put in your machine, stitch it out, and then hand to them. Something really quick. So I have some of those, and option 4, I believe I'm on 4, is give yourself a break. I have to remind myself, because I own a business, I have to remind myself that yes, I have customers, but my family comes first. And if there is not an order that is like, you have to have this out by today at 4 o'clock, then I give myself the opportunity to enjoy my family. My daughter is so important to me, and I know that your children are too, and that's why you do this, because you're trying to make a little bit of extra income. So give yourself the freedom to enjoy your kids. Don't get so frustrated. And that's really what this video was for, is to also to remind me that Caitlin comes first. So this video is really just to encourage you and to let you know that it's okay to take a break and enjoy your family. A lot of times when I notice that I haven't been giving my daughter a lot of attention and just freedom to pick her up and like love on her, she becomes really fussy. And I think that's with any kid. They just need your attention. And it's okay to tell them, no, not right now, I'm really busy. But it's also okay to just say, okay, I'm going to take 10 minutes and I'm going to give you my full and undivided attention. And most of the time I find that that's all my kids need. And they're so content afterwards, and they can sit in my office later and play on their Kindle or go outside and play with their friends. They've had that attention from me, and now they're ready to move on. So that is some tips with working with children and toddlers. If you are working with an adult in your office, it's really difficult to sometimes stay focused. And I don't always have adults in my office because, and like my parents or my husband or whatnot, and that's mainly because they know that this is my office. They don't really intrude or anything like that. But in the event that my mother does want to come and sit with me for a little bit, I let her, and she'll talk to me, and sometimes I'll have to be like, okay, give me just a second. I have to put this on my machine and get it ready. Because if I just kind of let it happen, and I mean, I still have to babysit my machine. Even though it's a really smart machine, I still have to babysit it. And if I don't, I get in the biggest trouble with it. And I'll break a needle or two, and thank you. So you just kind of have to set those boundaries up and make them very plain for everyone to understand. From this time to this time, you know, I don't need to be interrupted, or until I leave my office for lunch break, please don't interrupt me, or maybe mornings are the most productive for you, or maybe evenings are the most productive for you. Make that known for people who want to be in your company, and just say, during this time, if you can be in my office for maybe 20 minutes or 30 minutes, that'd be fine. But after that, I need some time by myself to finish working. Have those time frames. It's just like, contrary to popular belief, just because you own or work at home and have a small business does not mean that you have a bunch of free time. I hated when I first started my business, and up until recently, it was thought that I had time to clean house, and I had time to do our laundry or wash dishes and all that stuff. But to be realistic, that is not always the case. Like, yes, some days I had really light days, or I needed more breaks than others, and I was able to do other household chores. But when you are an at-home business, you have to treat your business like a business. You can't just think that you have all this time in the world to go and run errands and do household chores and your business. You have to do one or the other, and it's really hard to multitask. Contrary to popular belief, you have to be able to focus on one thing at a time. Now, I am not a multitasker, and I used to think that I was. And it wasn't until I let myself, I told myself and gave myself permission to be a single tasker, that's that's when I started doing things well, when I started giving myself permission to doing one thing at a time. And I will work on an order and I will get that order finished, and then I will take a short break and do dishes, or I will take a short minute and sweep the floors. So I will do one thing, take a break, and go do something else. And that has made all the difference with my business, with my attitude. And give yourself that, okay? Give yourself the opportunity to take breaks, but also the opportunity to just focus on work. All right? So I know that was a little side note on having kids in your office or having adults in your office, but I felt like you guys needed to hear that, and it's very important to understand that when you're working at home, okay? And you're going to have these interruptions, and take them with a grain of salt. Take your few minutes, but as soon as those few minutes are up, get yourself back into your office and get back to work, okay? That's how you're going to pay off your machine. That's how you're going to make profit for your family, and that ultimately is going to help you keep your business and not have to go back to a brick and mortar business. Thank you so much for watching today's episode with Needles Chats. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Give this video a thumbs up if you like seeing tutorials and videos like this one. Also, if you have questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the comment section below, or you can go over to our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/Needles Embroidery, and leave us a comment there. I try to answer everyone's comments, and if I don't know the answer, I try to have that person get in touch with someone who does. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our videos. We are trying to reach 500 subscribers so I can apply for a URL for my Needles Embroidery channel, so I can share that channel easily with you guys instead of having like this little code. You know the one I'm talking about. You know the one I'm talking about. Anyway, that's it for today. I thank you guys again for coming by, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.